Alright guys, sa mapagpalang araw sa inyong lahat, may reaction video po tayo ngayon. Live na live sa House of Representatives, resume fraud of OBP and DepEd budget utilization. Panoorin po natin guys, and further ado. Alright, let's get it on.
Let us proceed now to the calling of the roll. Do I hear a motion to dispense with the calling of the roll?
Mr. Chair,
Congressman Akop,
I respectfully move that we dispense with the calling of the roll. So move, Mr. Chair.
is there a second to the motion?
Second.
Duly seconded. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is carried. Madam Comsec, would you please acknowledge all the members present as well as recognize all the witnesses and guests or resource persons?
Thank you, Your Honor. We welcome to this committee hearing the following House members. Honorable Bienvenido M. Abante Jr., Senior Vice Chairperson from the 6th District of Manila. Honorable Vice Chairperson Romeo M. Acop from the 2nd District of Antipolo City. Honorable Jefferson F. Conghun, Vice Chairperson from the 1st District of Zambales. Honorable Joseph Jojo L. Lara from the 3rd District of Cagayan. Honorable Zia Alonso Adyong from the 1st District of Lanao del Sur. Honorable Jonathan P. Flores from the 2nd District of Bukidnon. Honorable Ramon Rodrigo L. Gutierrez from One Rider Party List. Honorable Raul Daniel A. Manuel from Kabataan Party List. Deputy Majority Leader Honorable Jude A.
Alright, ito sa resume and fraud of OBP and DepEd's budget House of Representatives.
Sidra from King of Party List. Honorable David J.J.C. Suarez, Deputy Speaker from the 2nd District of Quezon. Honorable Joviel Jinky Beatrix B. Luistro from the 2nd District of Batangas. Honorable Joseph Stephen Carlos S. Paduano from Abang Lingkod Party List. Honorable Raul Angelo Gil D. Bongalon from Ako Bicol Party List. And Honorable Amparo Maria J. Zamora from the 2nd District of Taguig City. Welcome, Your Honors. Moving on to the resource persons who are present today. From the Office of the Vice President, we have with us Attorney Zulaika Laika T. Lopez, Chief of Staff. Ms. Winnie G. Dallego, Chief of the Public Assistance Division. Attorney Rosaline L. Sanchez, Director for Administrative and Financial Services. Mr. Chris G. Sorongon, Lead Satellite Panay and Negros Island Satellite. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, sir. Ms. Regina Rosa D. Texon from the Davao Satellite Office. Ma'am. All right. Thank you. Ms. Julieta Villa del Rey, Chief Accountant. Mr. Kelvin Jerome L. Tenido from the Chief Administrative Officer. And Ms. Maria Evelyn A. Rabago, or Budget Division. Thank you. For the Commission on Audit, we have Attorney Gloria A. Camora, Attorney 5 for the ICFAO. We have Ms. Eileen May L. Del Campo, State Auditor, ICFAO. Mr. Fahad bin Abdul Malik Tumawi, State Auditor for NGAS, OVP. Ms. Zara Jane Fegalan, State Auditor. Ms. Imelda G. Celso, Supervising Auditor. We have Attorney Douglas Malilin, Director for COA, ICFAO, sir. We have Ms. Melinda Estorio, State Auditor 5. Ms. Norma E. Aquino, Director 3, NGAS Cluster 5 for Education and Employment. And Ms. Cecilia G. Ranieses, Director 3 for NGAS Cluster 1. We have from the Department of Budget and Management, Mr. Rolando U. Toledo, Undersecretary, sir. Thank you for coming. Ms. Rosario S. Nunes, Division Head. Ms. April Ann R. De Los Tinos, Acting Service BMS. Director Vivian L. Labastilla, Director 4 for Budget Management Bureau F. And Assistant Director Joanna Victoria N. Galarpe, Director 3 for Budget and Management Bureau F. We have from the Bureau of Treasury, Attorney Jericho A. Cadorna, OIC Complaints and Division and Investigation Division. We have Ms. Concepcion Austria, OIC Director as well, the Regional Office. Moving back to the Department of Management, we have Ms. Mary Ann Z. De La Vega, Assistant Secretary. Director Elena Regina S. Brillantes, BMBC. Attorney Sarah Jane C. Abuel, Legal Service. Mr. Christine Love A. Morales, BMS2. Mr. John V. Castillo, Chief BMS. From DepEd, we have Ms. Celeste Elco, Assistant Secretary. We have Undersecretary for Administration, Attorney Mel John L. Berzosa. Undersecretary for Procurement, Mr. Gerard L. Chan. Former Undersecretary, Major General Nolasco A. Mempin. Assistant Secretary, Brigadier General Noel Baluyan. Former Assistant Secretary for Procurement, Attorney Reynold Monsayak. And Chief Administrative Officer of Procurement Planning and Management Division, Ms. Maria Teresa Pulgar. If there are any resource persons or witnesses that we have not acknowledged, pardon me, Your Honor. Additional for the Office of the Vice President, Mr. Norman B. Baloro, Director for Operations Office. If there are any other resource persons I have failed to recognize, please approach the mic. Attorney Michael Restipoa, former spokesperson of the DepEd, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Alright, let's get it on.
Proceed to the next item in our agenda, the approval of the minutes of the previous meetings. Do I hear we have here the minutes of the November 5, 2024 meeting. Do I hear a motion?
Mr. Chair,
Congressman Akop.
may I respectfully move that we dispense with the reading of the minutes conducted as November 5 and consider it as approved. So moved, Mr. Chair.
Is there any seconds? Duly seconded. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is carried. Magandang umaga po sa lahat. Today, we continue our pursuit of the truth and our attempts to make sense of the way which hundreds of millions of public funds were used. We are fortunate today to have received letters from some officials from the Office of the Vice President who have committed to finally appear. And sana ay matulungan nila kami sa aming patuloy na pag-unawa sa mga isyu na ito. To recall, sa mga nakaraang pagdinig natin, ating nakilala ang hindi kapani-paniwalang katauhang nakatanggap ng confidential fund na may ngalang Mary Grace Piatos. Si Mary Grace ay isa lang din sa halimbawa ng mga kaduda-duda na impormasyon na binibigay ng mga acknowledgement receipt
Sino kaya ay Mary Grace
at ng
Piatos?
sa kanilang pagpapaliwanag tukol sa paggamit ng confidential funds. Noong nakarang linggo ay pinaunlakan na ng mga career public officials ng OVP ang ating imbitasyon. Bagaman kinailangan pang maglabas ng sampina at testifikandum upang sila ay dumalo. With the help of these career public officials, may mga nalaman po ng taong bayan ukol sa paggastos ng funds ng OVP. At this point, magbibigay lamang ako ng isang observation muna. Tila ang mga napadalang representatives ng OVP ay onti lamang ang nalalaman tungkol sa confidential funds. Kung ito ba ay dahil sa kanilang status dahil career officials at hindi mga nasa inner circle ng Vice President, hindi pa natin alam. Gayunpaman, dahil sa kanilang pagdalo, ating nakuha ang kumpirmasyong dadalawa lamang ang may alam talaga kung saan at paano nagagastos ang confidential fund sa Office of the Vice President at sa Department of Education. Ito ang Head of Agency at ang Special Disbursing Officer or SDO.
Alright.
Sa OVP, ang mga ito ay nasa katauhan ni Vice President Sara Duterte at SDO na si Ms. Gina F. Acosta. Sa DepEd naman, nasa katauhan ito ni Vice President Sara Duterte at SDO na si Mr. Edward D. Fajarda. Napag-alaman din natin, ang SDO ang isa sa mga nagbibigay paliwanag sa mga Audit Observation Memorandum ng Commission on Audit ayon sa pahayag ng opisyal ng OVP. Isa pang napag-alaman natin, ang tila bang kaguluhan pagdating sa confidential funds. Sa nakaraang pagdinig, ating nakita na kahit may guidance na sa Joint Circular No. 2015-01 ukol sa confidential expenses at confidential funds, isa sa mga resource person natin ang nagpahayag na ang confidential activities kasulad ng surveillance activities in relation to confidential funds ay ginagamit in relation to the mandate of the agency, which mandate pertains to the general operations of the agency. Ngunit nakabibigla ang pahayag na ang confidential fund is not a separate item on top of either good governance or socio-economic program delivery. It is within that program. Nagmukhang ang confidential funds ay ginamit upang mag-augment ng pondo ng regular na programa ng OVP at hindi ginamit sa hiwalay na programang may kinalaman talaga sa confidential expenses or surveillance activities to support the mandate or operations of the agency. At kataka din ito sapagkat sa mga nagdaang pagdinig, hindi rin mandato ng OVP ang national security at peace and order bagamat may programa itong good governance. Ito marahil ang dapat gawan ng batas, bumalangkas ng panukalang magbibigay direksyon sa mga ehensya sa paggamit ng confidential funds at anong aktibidad ang confidential activities at ang tamang pagsusuri nito ng ating mga ahensya na may oversight. Nakapagbigay linaw din ang mga opisyal ng OVP sa tanong kung bakit biglang tumaas nang minsan ay humigit 400% ang expenses ng kanilang opisina. Itong araw ay dahil sa operation ng mga satellite offices. Ang mga satellite offices ng OVP ay kumukonsumo sa higit kalahati ng pondo ng OVP. Sila ay palaging iniimbitahan, ngunit hanggang sa araw na to, mailap na dumalo at ayaw sagutin ang mga katanungan sa pondo ng bayan. Mas mabilis sanang masasagot ang katanungan at malulutas ang mga isyu ng ating pagdinig kung sa simula pa lang ay nagpaabot na ng pakikipagtulungan sa pamamagitan ng pagdalo ang mga opisyal ng OVP. Napatunayan sa nakaraang pagdinig na ang nagpagsasabi ng totoo dito sa Kamara, dito sa House Blue Ribbon Committee ay hindi dapat ikabahala. At the end of the day, ang aming mandato ay magsabatas ng mga panukalang makatutulong sa pondo ng bayan at mapigilan ang katiwalian sa pamahalaan sa pamamagitan ng mga panukalang ito. Maraming salamat po. We will now proceed to the administrative matters. I now call on the Committee Secretariat to provide the committee an update on the invitations, requests, correspondences, submissions, and compliance.
Your Honor, in sum, the agencies have provided the committee the requested documents in the previous hearings. However, with regard to COA, they manifested that they are having problems with some of the voluminous documents, particularly OVP documents, which Mr. Tomawis will state later. For the contempt and arrest orders, it has been transmitted by the LSB to the law enforcement agencies. Not in attendance today are Ms. Acosta, Ms. Gina F. Acosta, and the spouses Mr. Edward D. Fajarda and Attorney Sunshine Shari A. Fajarda. However, in the previous meeting, They have sent their letter request to lift the contempt and arrest orders, Your Honor. For the rest of the other resource persons, they have sent their excuse letters for their non-appearance today, Your Honors. Thank you. May I please also recognize Mr. Attorney Vicente G. Ongad from the Bureau of Immigration and Mr. Christopher N. Cancino, Director 3, Special Services Sector of the Commission on Audit. That's it, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, sorry.
Congresswoman Pami Zamora. Your Honor.
I'd like to refresh the memory of everyone. I remember that the committee cited in contempt 4 individuals. That was the November 11 hearing of this committee. They are Mr. Lemuel Ortonio, Gina Acosta, Sunshine Fajarda, and Mr. Edward Fajarda. And after they were cited in contempt, these 4 individuals, I believe, were issued with the penalty of being detained at the premises of the House of Representatives for a period up to the time that a committee has submitted a committee report. And may I just confirm, Mr. Chair, with the COMSEC, the status of these contempt orders, whether these 4 officials were already, have they been arrested or detained?
COMSEC.
Yes, Your Honor. I would refer to the activity report of the LSB. They have submitted to the committee an after activity report from the Philippine National Police, Eastern Police District. They stated that the Office of the Vice President said that they could not present the said individuals because they are on official travel. So the LSB and the law enforcement agencies were unsuccessful in taking into custody the said individuals, Your Honor.
All right.
Congressman
Pami. So if ganon, in view of their non-attendance and the fact that the LSB cannot find them, I move that the contempt order and the arrest order be forwarded immediately to the Bureau of Immigration in order to prevent these officials from fleeing the country. Let's avoid that and evading arrest. And for the BI to issue, when warranted, the necessary lookout bulletin order or alert list order. I also move that the committee closely coordinate, Mr. Chair, with the PNP and the NBI in order to effect the arrest of these individuals who aren't present, and to, after which, immediately turn them over to the House of Representatives. I so move, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chairman,
Congressman
just
Paduano.
to, for purposes of yung process in this committee, the basic principle and under the rules is we can only move one motion for one subject matter. So may I ask the movement to once again separate the first motion to the second motion. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Make 2 separate
Yes,
motions.
sorry. Mr. Chair, I would like to move that the contempt and arrest order of these individuals be forwarded immediately to the Bureau of Immigration in order to prevent them from fleeing the country. And when warranted, to issue a necessary lookout bulletin or alert
We will
list
rule
order.
first
I
on
so move,
the-
Mr. Chair.
The first motion is
No.
to forward.
All right.
So we will rule on the first
Alright.
motion first.
Second,
Okay.
Mr. Chair.
Duly seconded. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the
So-
motion is carried. The motion is carried.
Mr. Chair, I also move that we ask the BI to include them in an immigration lookout bulletin or an alert list order. I so move, Mr. Chair.
Second, Mr. Chair.
Duly seconded. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is carried.
And lastly, Mr. Chair, I would also move that the committee closely coordinate with the Philippine National Police in order to effect the arrest of the individuals and turn them over to the House of Representatives.
Is that a motion or just a manifestation? Just a manifestation?
Yes.
Okay. COMSEC, please take note of the manifestation of Congresswoman Pami Zamora.
Mr. Chair,
Congress DS.
yeah, in line with the motions acted upon by the committee. Later on, can we ask that the Sergeant at Arms be present so that we can get an update on the status of the contempt orders on these individuals? Kasi kung ang dahilan nila ay may ibang lakad sila sa araw na ito, given na may contempt order na sa kanila, sa palagay ko hindi substantial yung dahilan na yun para hindi po sila dumalo sa ating pandinig.
COMSEC, pwede po bang pakitawag ang Sergeant at Arms? Thank you. Next, Congressman Paduano.
Just a point of clarification at the same time manifestation, Mr. Chairman, because as far as I heard the report of the COMSEC, ang sabi po ng COMSEC, the contempt order was served to the 4 officials, no, namely Sunshine Fajarda, Edward Fajarda, Gina Acosta, and Lemuel Ortonio, for reasons that they are on official travel, tama ba yun? And
Official travel, Your Honor.
official travel outside of this country,
Oh, Your Honor, locally, Your Honor.
but have they received the contempt and arrest order for them?
Per the report of the LSB, not yet, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Chairman, it is not acceptable to this representation. Just because of their official travel and official business, they cannot be served with this contempt order. Kasi over and above, in all cases, with regards to contempt orders, vis-a-vis official travels, dapat po i-serve talaga yung, yung contempt orders. So that will not be a valid reason for not serving such contempt order. That's why, Mr. Chairman, instead of just coordinating with, once again with the SAA, may move, Mr. Chairman, that the contempt order will be officially communicated to NBI, to CIDG, no, and to all local PNP stations in which the addresses of those 4 officials that was cited in contempt.
Yes, that's why we are inviting the Sergeant at Arms to verify what are the steps na ginawa po nila. Dahil hindi naman po nila na-serve yung contempt order, so alamin natin ano yung ginawa nila and ano pa yung hakbang na gagawin nila. Yes, Comsec.
Your Honors, I would like to manifest that the LSB sent their report. They have transmitted actually the contempt and arrest orders to the Director of the NBI, Honorable Judge Jaime D. Santiago. They also transmitted it to the Chief of the PNP Police, Police General Romel Francisco D. Marbil, to the Acting Director of CIDG, to Honorable Nicolas D. Torre III, to the Chief of Police of Mandaluyong, Police Colonel Mary Grace R. Madayan, to the OIC Eastern Police District Police Colonel William Q. Tuliao, and that was included in the report of the LSP and Sergeant at Arms, Your Honor. They have also inquired from the committee the residential address of these individuals. However, the Secretariat was only able to provide information as to the spouse's paharda as provided by the Department of Education, Your Honors.
Mr. Chairman,
Congressman Paduano.
with that, Mr. Chairman, I move that to direct the COMSEC to inform all those mentioned government, mentioned officials, no, of the PNP, NBI, for them to report to this committee through the COMSEC ASAP, Mr. Chairman. And if they cannot make that report, may we invite them, those mentioned officials, to be present in the next hearing. So, move, Mr. Chairman.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is carried. Comsec.
Your Honor, as to the issuance of a lookout bulletin order, on November 6, 2024, the Secretary of Justice has already issued an ILBO for the 7 individuals, and this included the 4 already cited in contempt and issued an arrest order, Your Honors.
Thank you. Is there any more concern?
Mr. Chairman, since the BID, the representative of the BID is present, can we ask him about the update of that lookout bulletin that was issued by the DOJ Secretary?
It's already
Pungkat. Pungkat, you recognize.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Good morning, honorable members of the committee. Sir, as previously mentioned by the COMSEC, the Secretary of Justice issued a lookout bulletin on November 6, 2024 for the 7 aforementioned individuals.
We know that. That was reported by the COMSEC. But what's the latest? Have they traveled?
No, Your Honor. All of them are here, but we still have problems with the name Gina Acosta. There are numerous individuals named Gina Acosta. We don't have her birthday, Your Honor.
Once again, BID, alam mo naman, Gina Acosta is an official of the Office of Vice President, OVP. Now, yung service record lang, makuha nyo na doon, question of the date of birth, and place of birth. Di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Just to check a certain Acosta, pag marami yan, di ba, ang standard operating procedure natin is to get the date of birth at the same time the place of birth. Then,
Yes, Your Honor.
di ba, ma-deduce na natin kung sino talaga yung Gina Acosta that we are inviting for this hearing. So, may record naman yan ng Office of the Vice President, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
O, kunin na lang yung PDS doon, nandun na yung lahat.
Yes,
And we only need, once again, we only need the date of birth at saka place of birth, di ba? Doon mismo sa OVP. Then, check niyo yung record niya, di ba? Tama?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, so, please, kindly, ngayon po, baka pwede nang matawagan
Yes, Your Honor.
to
We will
get
do
a
that.
copy of the PDS of Miss Gina Acosta. Then, you verify it kung may travel record siya from the very start of this hearing until today.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Chairman.
Maybe we can ask the admin from the OVP. Do we have the officials from the admin of the OVP? Attorney Sanchez, maybe ang sagot po sa inyong katanungan si Attorney Sanchez.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. We will provide upon instruction of the committee, Mr. Chair.
Yes,
Mr. Chairman, when? Because we need it today. Can you provide us within the day? Kasi nandito na rin yung BID.
Anyway,
Tawagan na ng BID yan. If you can provide now the place of birth and the date of birth of Miss Gina Acosta, mabilis lang yan. Ma-check ng BID para matapos na natin yan. Ang kailangan naman natin dito, travel record, di ba, ni Gina Acosta. So can you provide that, ma'am, within the day?
Mr. Chair, we will obtain the record from the office, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
thank you po.
Mr. Chair,
Before I recognize with the indulgence of the SJ, please.
thank you.
Congressman Pamis.
Mr. Chair, I'd also like to ask if we were able to invite, or if she's present today, si Attorney Rochelle Abella. I remember the last hearing we invited her.
Your Honor.
Comsec.
Yes, Your Honor, Attorney Rosal Abella, and Abella was invited. She sent an excuse letter stating that she has a hearing in Makati City today, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Chair, bilang abogado ka naman, is that valid? Is that reason enough to skip our hearings?
Mr. Chairman.
Congressman Paduano.
Comsec, in his excuse letter, may attachment ba? None.
None, Your
Also,
Honor.
that is not acceptable, Mr. Chairman, because we need a proof that indeed may schedule siya for hearing in Makati City.
Yes,
So, not acceptable. Ano ba yung invitation sa kanya last time? regular invitation, Yoko, so
Regular invitations, Your Honor.
So with that, Mr. Chairman, I move that we issue Yoko's order for that lawyer. So move, Mr. Chairman.
There's some
Second.
Mr. Chair,
duly seconded.
in relation to that, Mr. Chair, maybe we can also ask the COMSEC to know exactly what ano yung hearing na to so that we can also get the certification that indeed today there's an hearing that should be attended by the person that we are now has issued the show cause order para makita po natin kung meron talagang sa ngayon na parallel activity ang gagawin po niya. So maybe we can get from the Makati. I don't know if it's COMSEC, is that a trial court or what was it? Was it?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Congressman
We can
Paduano.
ask.
with due respect to the manifestation or possible motion of the good Zia Jong, Mr. Chairman, that's why we issue Yoko's order for him to explain and justify. This is his letter. Now it's up to him to submit that document, even if there is such a hearing for today.
Yes.
Mr.
But we will have to rule on the motion first.
That's why.
Yes. Since
That's why, Mr. Chairman, my motion still stands that I move to issue Yoko's
yes,
order.
it was duly seconded. Is there any objection?
Thank you.
Hearing none, the motion is carried. Now, to answer the query of our esteemed colleague, Congresswoman Pami Zamora, actually, under the rules of court, she can request for a postponement sa hearing. Because ang pinagbabawal lamang po sa rules of court if it will cause delay in the proceedings. But once yung hearing naman po, ang request niya ay pagpo-postpone, like for example, yung force majeure, kagaya po nitong ginagawa natin, hindi naman po niya kontrolado, meron po siyang natanggap na subpoena, pwede po siyang mag-request ng postponement dun po sa court sa Makati. Diba? To comply with the subpoena order of this committee. However, under our rules, dito po sa ating internal rules, ina-allow din po natin na mag-request siya ng postponement provided na meron siyang sufficient justification. Tama po yung sinasabi ni Congressman Paduano at saka ni Congressman Zia Adjong Alonto na dapat magbigay siya sa atin ng certification that indeed she is attending a court hearing. So, but since we have already ruled on the motion, siguro yung show cause order kailangan ilagay po natin doon na kailangan i-attach niya yung certification na coming from the clerk of court of ano po yan, Makati.
Your Honor, no branch was mentioned, Your Honor.
Walang branch. Okay, so kung anong branch po yan, pakilagay dun sa show cause order na maglagay siya ng attachment ng certification.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Any other admin matters?
Mr. Chair.
Yes, Deputy Speaker.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank you very
recognized.
much. I have a copy here of a letter signed by Sunshine Fajarda, Edward Fajarda, and Gina Acosta. And they mentioned that while they have not received the said orders, we are aware of the committee has verbally issued the same during the hearing. Can I just ask from the COMSEC? COMSEC, what's the status of the orders that were sent to the 3 individuals? Natanggap ba nila?
Sir, per the report of the LSB, no, Your Honor, because they were not in the office when it was served to them, Your Honor.
No, but who was at the office?
Let me check, Your Honor, on the report of the LSB. At 4:56 p.m.
Kasi alam mo, pwedeng ayaw nilang tanggapin. Number 1. Pwedeng hindi nila natanggap. So, gusto ko malaman kung ano yung dahilan. Kung bakit dito sinasabi nila na we have not received the said orders.
Your Honor, per the
Before I recognize the COMSEC, the Chair would like to recognize the presence of the Honorable Robert Ace Barbers. Yes, please COMSEC, please continue.
Thank you, Your Honor. From the report of the LSB at 4:56 p.m. on November 15, Your Honor, they had a brief meeting with the legal team informing them with the arrest order issued by the House of Representatives. During the brief meeting, it was Attorney Lucky Ebrole and Attorney Leandro Resurrection IV, legal representation from OVP, appeared to the team that the said persons have an official travel outside Metro Manila. At 5 p.m. onwards, the team continued area monitoring around Cybergate Plaza and they left the area at 6 p.m. Despite of diligent efforts to implement the said order, subject persons were not found in the Cybergate Plaza office of the OVP, Your Honors.
But nevertheless, Mr. Chair, also stated here that we are aware of the committee has verbally issued the same hearing. So meaning, alam po nila na meron pong contempt order sa kanila. At dito nga, ipinapakiusap po nila na kung maaari malift. So I would just like to stress this, Mr. Chair, because number 1, they know of the hearing, they know of the contempt, and yet they continue to defy the invitation of the committee. And likewise, is Mr. Lemuel Ortonio present?
COMSEC?
Not, Your Honor. I think not, although it was highlighted, there might have been an error in the document presented to me by the pages below.
He's not here either. All right. Well, in any case, Mr. Chair, so far as an existing contempt order has been issued against these individuals, so let's just put that on the record. No? Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Well, regardless of their excuse, this is already the, I think, 6th hearing. Yung pong galing Amerika, nakarating nga dito eh. Monday lang po dumating si Attorney Zulaika Lopez. And yet, immediately, nandito po siya ngayon, ngayong Wednesday. So, I don't think may in-prison pa sila. And besides, under our rules, 2 beses ka lang po pwedeng magpa-excuse or postponement provided may justifiable cause. Ito po, 6 na beses na po sila. They were given 6 times, 6 opportunities to attend. So, ni isang hearing po dyan, wala po silang inatinan. So, regardless of their excuse, I don't find it justifiable.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, Congressman Mugalon.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. In relation to the letter dated November 12, 2024, submitted by Mr. Lemuel Ortonio, and I guess the members of this committee were furnished with this copy of this letter. Upon reading of this letter, Mr. Chair, I have not seen any valid reason for Mr. Lemuel Ortonio not to attend in today's hearing. In fact, he has stated that he is aware that a contempt order and an arrest order were issued against him, and in fact, he is requesting that these orders be lifted for him to participate in the next committee hearing. Let me emphasize, Mr. Chair, that this letter was dated November 12, 2024, and today is November 20, Mr. Chair. With this assurance for him to participate in this or today's committee hearing, may I move once more, Mr. Chair, that Mr. Lemuel Ortonio be cited in contempt for the following reason, Mr. Chair. Number 1, he is aware that there will be a committee hearing today, November 20, 2024, and that the excuse he offered in this letter is not a valid one. And for me, Mr. Chair, this is continued defiance of a lawful order of this committee, and it is a sign of disrespect, wherein members of this committee, Mr. Chair, had taken the time to attend and appear before this committee hearing. Again, may I move once more, Mr. Chair, for Mr. Lemuel Ortonio to cite him in contempt, Mr. Chair. I so move.
Duly seconded. Is there any objection to the motion? Hearing na the motion is carried. Just to clarify, kung bakit po tayo nag-contempt ulit, this is based on different grounds.
Yes.
Yes, because the previous ground, yung contempt po natin, ang contempt po kasi 6 po ang grounds. So yung first ground, without legal excuse to obey summon. Ito po kasi, yung binabanggit po ninyo is based on Section 11E, acting in a disrespectful manner towards any member or committee or any misbehavior in the presence of the committee. So, ibang ground po itong binabanggit po ninyo.
Yes, Mr. Chair, just to clarify, it is under Section 11, Paragraph E of our House Rules, Mr.
Okay.
Chair. And further,
Please
Mr.
continue.
Chair, since we are citing Mr. Lemuel Ortonio for a different ground under our rules, and I move that Mr. Lemuel Ortonio be confined at Bicutan Prison, Mr. Chair. I so move.
There is a motion to confine Mr. Ortonio in
Bicutan Prison, Mr. Chair.
Bicutan Prison. Is there any second to the motion? Duly seconded. Is there any objection? Hearing on the motion is carried. For how long? For what period?
Until the committee report. I'm sorry, Mr. Chair. The period of detention.
Under the rules, Section 11E and F, 10 days po maximum.
Yes, 10 days,
Yes.
Mr. Chair.
Okay, 10 days. We will go for the maximum, 10 days.
Mr. Chair, in connection to the motion of Congressman Bongalon, I have here a letter signed by Mr. Lemuel Ortonio. It was received by the committee on November 20, 2024 at 9:15 p.m. Wala ba talaga siya dito, Comsec?
Your Honor. Wala po.
Kasi nakasulat dito at paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. While I maintain our stand stated in the position papers we submitted, I am here ready to participate in the proceedings. I will do my best to answer any questions related to the activities of the OVP and its accomplishments. So,
Your Honor, even the pages and in the registration, they have not physically found Mr. Lemuel Ortonio to be present here, Your Honor.
so anong dahilan nitong sulat na to? Ba't yung sinasabi na pupunta siya dito at magpa-participate siya? Wala naman pala siya dito. Well, I don't expect the COMSEC to be able to answer that. But I guess that would put more emphasis on the justification on the motion of Congressman Bongalon. Unacceptable, Mr. Chair. I mean, he mentioned that he was coming. Nandito sa letter niya, tapos wala rin siya dito.
Mr. Chair.
Congressman Bongalon.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Another matter, Mr. Chair. In a letter dated November 12, 2024, signed by Attorney Sunshine Chari Paharda, Mr. Edward Paharda, and Gina F. Acosta, upon perusal, I have seen that the common reason for their non-attendance is that they are on official business. And may I request from the committee secretary if she can confirm that in that letter, was there any attachment to prove that on these particular dates, from November 9 to 15 of 2024, an official business or official travel was attached in this letter to prove that indeed these officials are on official business. Can we confirm from the committee secretary, Mr. Chair?
Comsec?
Your Honor, there was no attachment in that. It was a one-pager. One-pager for the three individuals, one-pager for Mr. Ortonio as well, Your Honors.
So wala hong naka-attach na proof na kahit official travel?
None, Your Honor.
So in other words, Mr. Chair, this one-pager document is a mere scrap of paper, Mr. Chair. We can always offer an excuse stating this, but as an official, we have to convince this committee that indeed on these particular dates, they are on official business. And the best document to prove that they are on official business is an official travel issued to them. So, Mr. Chair, I would like to move that this letter submitted by these three individuals or officials from the Office of the Vice President, I move that the committee only note this letter and cannot be acted upon as an excuse for their absence in today's committee hearing, Mr. Chair.
Is there any second to the motion? Duly seconded. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is carried.
Your Honor, may I be recognized?
Ms. Comsec, you're recognized.
Your Honor, the Sergeant at Arms is present, Your Honor. Sergeant at Arms, taas, Your Honor.
Please continue, Congressman Bongalong. That would be all.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, Congressman Gutierrez.
Mr. Chair, in relation to the query of the Honorable Deputy Speaker, I understand the question was on the letter by Mr. Antonio? Ortonio. And I understand he is the Assistant Chief of Staff in the OVP. Mr. Chair, perhaps if the Deputy Speaker be of the like mind, we could ask the Chief of Staff who is present here today with us if she is aware of the circumstances surrounding the letter that has been submitted. Because it's highly curious po that he would commit to being here today, yet, which is a letter dated yesterday or today po ba, November 20. So that was dated today, yet he's not here. Perhaps the Chief of Staff would be able to enlighten us, seeing as that they are in the same office, and in fact, the subject person is her subordinate po. Yun lang, Mr. Chair.
Before I recognize Attorney Zulaika Lopez, could you please administer the oath of Attorney Lopez, Comsec? Ma'am, pwede po ba mag-oath po muna tayo? Thank you po, ma'am.
Mr. Chair, can we also include the new personalities who...
Po yan, that's the payment for information, purchase of information, or yung reward?
Both po, Mr. Chair, acknowledgement receipts ang sinubmit nila for both information and rewards. It's just that's the rewards po, may additional requirement lang po kami hiningin.
Yeah, but unfortunately, some of these acknowledgement receipts were not supported by a certificate of success. Hindi ho ba? Kasi magkaiba po yan, Mr. Chair. Pag yung purchase of information, regardless whether this information are useful or not, talagang bibilin mo lang yan. Diba? But the reward and payment for the information, dapat po yan may certificate of success. Hindi ho ba? Dun sa agencies po na pinagpartneran, for example, ng inyong opisina. Tama po ba yun na Attorney Camora?
Tama po, Mr. Chair.
And all of these acknowledgement receipts were being supported by the certificate of success?
Mr. Chair, yung sa rewards lang po.
Yeah, but on not all of this, in this particular case na sinat ko po sa inyo, are you familiar with this kind of acknowledgement receipts? Or have you came across this particular...
So, parang unusual naman na pick upin nila sa bangko yung actual na withdrawal. Di ba, pagka ganitong extent ng withdrawal, usually, no? Kasi galing din ako ng bangko, ma'am. Dine-deliver yung mga ganitong kalalaking amount.
Hindi po, Mr. Chair, since nabanggit ko kanina na wala naman po kaming memorandum of agreement as to the cash delivery.
Mr. Chair, if I may,
yes,
can we inquire from other resource person if indeed a memorandum of agreement is needed when you use the, what do you call that, the special vehicle, armored vehicle?
Ms. Camposano. Ma'am, before I recognize you, the Chair would like to recognize Senior Deputy Speaker, Don Gonzales. Yes, please continue.
Yes, Madam Chair, a memorandum of agreement is needed for us to deliver the cash to our client.
In this case, did you not suggest or recommend to the agencies concerned that the cash be delivered by your armored vehicle, considering that this is cold cash and you are in Metro Manila where there is traffic and those traffic stops can actually put the danger of our DepEd and OVP officials in jeopardy? Kasi ang dali-dali lang yan, may mag-text lang, ayan, naglalabas ng pera, unless marami ang nag-secure sa OVP at sa DepEd para ilabas yung cash na ito. Or, the next question is, saan ito nilalagay? Kasi syempre, ang laking pera, kunyari 125 million cash, bibit-bitin mo pa uwi sa opisina, gano'n po kalaki ang office ng Gina Acosta? Maybe we can ask
Representative from OVP. Attorney Sanchez.
Yes, Mr. Chair. It's just a small office, Mr. Chair, and it's shared with other staff.
So, Mr. Chair, Your Honors, no? Tama naman po na yung accountable is Miss Gina Acosta because she's the payee of the check. However, that's taxpayers' money. That's still pera ng sambayan ng Pilipino na in-entrust sa OVP at sa DepEd. And our good distinguished resource person here, Attorney Sanchez. I'm not sure, Mr. Chair, I'm not a lawyer, but is it not that they will also be accountable because they are aware that a 125 million cash check will be encashed, brought back in cold cash, stored in the office that is shared by many people. So I think accountability does not stop with Ms. Acosta. Accountability also includes those in the finance and cash division kasi alam nila, unang-una, kapag ikaw ay nasa gobyerno, you have to make sure na yung cash na nasa office nyo ay tama-tama lang para hindi hold upin yung mga empleyado doon. Pangalawa, it's a shared office. Pangatlo, it's a huge amount. May I ask, Mr. Chair, ma'am, bakit po, instead of 125 million cash, 4 na beses, but di ba ginawang 10 million, 15 million, lower, para yung risk hindi malaki? Kasi di ba nasa opisina nyo nakatago ang pera? Bakit po?
Attorney Sanchez.
Yes, Mr. Chair. I would just like to clarify that I do not know if kung saan po nakatago yung pera. So, I'm not aware kung sa opisina.
So you
po
are not
nakatago.
sure na from the bank, tinediretso sa office?
Yes, Mr. Chair. And then, in terms of the...
Mr. Chair, sorry to cut you on that, ha? Ma'am, kayo ang nagpaparelease, kayo ang nag-issue ng cheque. I-in cash. Malaking amount. Ibig sabihin, hindi nyo na chine-check na napupunta sa opisina nyo? Next question, Mr. Chair. Is there a possibility being brought by Gina Acosta to her house?
Mr. Chair, again, I do not have personal knowledge.
Is it possible?
Mr. Chair, for possibility, I would agree that there is possibility, Your Honor.
In this case, Mr. Chair, ma'am, pasensya na po. Pero you are in charge of the coffers of the OVP. You would release a check of 125 million, not once, not twice, not thrice, but 4 times, and cash it totally, and then pinapabayaan nyo na lang, kung inuwi yan at tinakbo ng tao.
Mr. Chair, under the joint circular, it is the responsibility of the Special Disbursing Officer to safekeep the fund. So it is also for that reason that there is a bond for the Special Disbursing Officer. And as to the amount that was asked earlier, we just relied on the amount of the disbursement voucher that was submitted to the accounting division for the release of the checks, Mr. Chair.
Yeah. Mr. Chair.
Ma'am, sandali lang po,
Yes.
isang tatanong lang. Kanina sinabi po ninyo maliit lang yung opisina ni Ma'am Gina Acosta. Tama po ba? Could you please describe the office of Miss Gina Acosta?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, the office of Ms. Gina Acosta, it's located in the executive wing of our office. So, different staff sila doon, and then parang cubicle lang siya.
Cubicle lang?
Yes, Mr.
Wala
Chair.
ba siyang taguan doon sa opisina niya ng pera?
I am not aware, Mr. Chair.
So, pag sinabi mong cubicle, di ibig sabihin, hindi siya talaga office.
Yes.
Tama ba?
Mr. Chair. Yes, Mr. Chair.
So, there is no way na po pwede niya itago sa opisina niya yung 125 million. Tama po ba? Kasi cubicle lang eh.
Mr. Chair, may mga storage shelves doon sa opisina.
Storage shelf.
Shelves, cabinets, Mr.
Cabinet,
Chair.
but
Yes.
not vault.
I'm not aware of any vault, Mr. Chair. And I have not inspected the storage shelves, Mr. Chair.
Chairman.
Yes. Congressman Paduano.
Nasa likod ako eh. But anyway, Mr. Chairman, yung land bank ba? Land bank, ano ba talaga nangyari? You delivered, kinuha 125 million?
Mr. Chair, kinuha po siya sa bank.
Yung 125 million?
Yes, Mr.
Sino yung cashier teller at the time?
3 tellers po yung involved, different checks po.
Different checks. Ilang checks yun?
4 checks, sir.
Mr. Chairman, can we invite in the next hearing the tellers involved in this transaction? Para magkalinawan po tayo dito kasi I doubt, Mr. Chairman. Ma'am, land bank, do you have a MOA with the office of the Vice President?
No, Mr. Chair.
Sigurado po kayo?
Opo.
Wala kayong MOA?
MOA for the cash delivery, no, Mr. Chair.
How about cash deposits?
We have a MOA payroll lang po.
Sorry?
Payroll.
Payroll, not cash advances on other projects and transaction.
Yes,
How can we submit then yung MOA nyo with the OVP para matingnan namin? What was the last date ng MOA nyo?
2022.
O, pakisubmit po para matingnan natin. Then, Mr. Chairman, we invite all the tellers involved.
Could you please submit the list of the names of the tellers to the COMSEC? Okay.
Mr. Chair, last lang po.
Yes,
Ma'am,
Congressman Paduano.
the transaction happens when?
Yung isa po, per check, 2022, and the rest na 3 checks, 2023.
Ito po, 2022?
Yes, Mr.
How much is the 2022 transaction?
125 million.
Then, yung 2023?
3 checks po, 125 each transaction.
125 each transaction. So, yung 2022 yung 125 each transaction. Tama?
125.
Okay. Now, ma'am, ganito, 125, ma'am, ha? Ilang, ano yan? Ilang luggage yan?
Mr.
Sabihin natin,
Chair, ano po, duffel bag daw po.
duffel bag?
Opo.
Oh,
Gym bag.
Gym bag.
Apat na gym bag. Gym bag.
Gym bag?
Yung
So my gift, that's around 30 million per bag?
more or less, Mr. Chair.
Ano more or less? Oh, yeah, now. That was 2022, 2023, di ba?
Yes, Mr.
Okay. Ito lang po, ma'am, from the teller, sino bitbit palabas? Of course, sa sasakyan niya, no? Ni Acosta, di ba? Sinong bumitbit?
Client po, Mr. Chair.
Sorry?
Client po.
Yeah. Client?
May nag-assist po kay Miss Gina.
Na client, not
And,
your,
no.
not your personnel.
Hindi
Sigurado
po,
ka?
Mr. Chair. Yes, Mr. Chair.
Now, ganito na, Mr. Chair, can we issue a subpoena at those stay with regards to CCTV during the time? Mama, tandaan nyo, may record kayo dyan. involving the transaction, Mr. Chairman, para makita natin kung nandun talaga si Acosta, wala. Because this happens, ma'am, in some of transaction being made by government agencies. And it was also investigated in my committee. Pakisabit po yung transaction na yun, 2022 at 2023, Mr. Chairman. So move, Mr. Chairman.
Second. Mr.
There
Chair.
objection, hearing none, the motion is carried.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Congress. DS, JJ Suarez.
Curious lang ako dito sa pagbubuhat nung
Duffel
duffel
bag.
bag. Oh. Comsec, meron kasi akong hiram na duffel bag dito. Pakita mo nga kung ito yung ganito kalaki yung duffel bag. Mama, ganyan kalaki?
Opo, meron pa yata mas malaki.
Hindi, so
Pero
ganyan
mas-
kalaki o mas malaki dyan?
Mas malaki po ng bag.
Yung bag po nang galing sa OVP o galing sa Land Bank?
Dala po ni client. OBP.
So dala po nila yung bag. So handa na po sila para kunin yung pera.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So ilang milyon kada bag ang nailalagay?
Sila po kasi yung nag-insert na po dun sa bag, naglagay sa bag. From the teller, release po ng teller, sila na po ang nag-divide dun sa bag.
Without the supervision of Land Bank or under the supervision of Land Bank?
Witness pa rin po ng nag-release na teller.
So thank you that we invited the teller. Now question, I can imagine kung apat na bag yun, 125 divided by 4, more or less would be around 30, 35. You know, my math isn't so good. Kaso lang I would imagine mabigat po yun.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So ilang tao ang kinikailangan, mga 31 million, no? 31 million, tama. So ilang tao ang napansin ninyo na bumubuhat ng isang bag?
As far po na-remember ko,
Pakilapit po. Yung
sa pagkakaalala ko po, dalawa.
So dalawa kada bag.
Mr. Chair, very quick interjection. Quick interjection.
Congressman Garin.
Ilang kilo po ang 35 million, Mr. Chair?
Hindi ko po ma-estimate, Mr. Chair.
I'm sorry, Congressman Garin, I'm not in a position to answer that, no? But actually, that was my point kasi kung mabigat po yun, I would imagine. So kung dalawang tao kada bag, apat na bag, yun po ay binabalikan ng dalawang tao o more than two people accompany Ms. Acosta to withdraw the cash?
More than 2 people.
More than 2. So are you saying 4?
Uh,
How many individuals?
More or less po sa pagka-remember ko.
O, kasi nung tinitingnan ko po, Ms. Sanchez, how long have you been working with Ms. Gina Acosta?
Since I joined the OVP,
Attorney Sanchez. Yeah.
yes, since I joined the OVP, Mr. Chair,
How would you describe her build? Is she as tall as you are? Kasi tangkad mo ba siya? Medyo payat? Ano po ang pangangatawan ng Ms. Gina Acosta? Hindi ko pa po kasi nakikita ito eh.
similar to my build, Mr. Chair, pero baka mas payat po, Mr. Chair.
Mas payat. At kung hindi po ako nagkakamali, more or less, ilang taon na po si Ms. Gina Acosta?
Mr. Chair, I will just check po yung date of birth. But
What about you, Attorney Lopez? You've been working with Gina Acosta for quite a number of years. How old is Ms. Gina Acosta?
Your Honor, I would suppose not yet 60, but maybe 50, mid-50s.
59, Chairman.
59.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much for informing me. And and what is her build?
Similar, as mentioned earlier by Director Sanchez.
So, would you say that it will be physically impossible for someone of the same build as Attorney Sanchez to carry one duffel bag by herself?
I cannot. Yes, it would be physically impossible.
It would be physically impossible. Kaya nga nangailangan sila ng 4 na tao. So therefore, Mr. Chair, I would like to support the motion of Congressman Paduano. It is also important for us to find out kung sino pa yung 4 na tao na kasama ni Gina.
Lang sila, di ba? Sino po ang may alam niyan? Kasi, again, I'm gonna repeat why I want them here. Because most of the questions are actually directed to them, di ba?
We understand, Your
Eh,
Honor.
pangit naman kayo tinatanong, ipapasa niyo lang din na dapat sila. It could have been, properly done kung nandito din sila. And we've been treating you fairly naman, di ba? None of you have been cited in contempt. You're all here. You're all eating your own food nga, di ba? I noticed. It's better than our food, di ba? So, no.
I do understand, Your Honor, but as mentioned earlier, number one, I have not really gone through that.
Again, I'm just asking for who among the officers of the OVP would have an idea as to their exact whereabouts? None? Kasi if you're a government officer, di ba? You're assigned to travel. Aren't you supposed to show that this is my certificate of appearance? I went to this particular office to justify your travel. Tama po ba? Di ba? So saan ngayon ang pinupuntahan nila? Is it any of the officers, satellite officers of the OVP? No one will answer?
On my end, Your Honor, I didn't have personal knowledge. Kasi ang nabasa ko rin po is various areas.
Who gave the travel authority?
Just a moment, please.
Sige.
The travel authority was signed by the Assistant Chief of Staff, Your Honor, Mr. Ortonio.
Pinapa-excuse ko na sana. So, he's your assistant, right? Can you not call him up and say, where are these persons ba? I'm just with Acosta.
I will try to reach out to him, Your Honor.
Oh, so you cannot contact your assistant, Chief of Staff?
Because when I arrived, as mentioned earlier, yes, I arrived only and reported to the office yesterday. I have not seen him,
Yeah,
actually.
but I'm sure there are means of communication. You know, he being your assistant in this day and age, I'm sure someone could get in touch with anyone. Would you not agree, Attorney Lopez?
I will try to reach
Okay, I'll give you a few minutes. Huh? Thank you.
No worries, Your Honor.
Yeah, just a quick manifestation, Mr. Chair. Ms. Zulay, Attorney Lopez, how long have you been in government?
Your Honor, I was a recipient of a loyalty award, so for 10 years. So I suppose more than 10
Okay.
years.
So previous to your position now, Edward Fajardo, where is he? Is he also supervising celebrations? Ano ba to? Naging event specialist na ba tayo? Sunshine Fajardo, missing also. Is he also supervising events? Ano ba sila? Sila mag
In the office, 7.
So, how about you, Mr. Tenido?
Same, sir. I hope so.
You're hoping that it's going to be free. Again, with you, Ms. Rabago?
Yes, Mr. Chair, same.
Paano kung hindi free yan? Eh, hindi mo naman of choice yung lawyer. Bini-refer lang sa'yo. Paano yan? Eh, paano kung the billing is too much? Eh, gusto mong lesser sana? Paano?
Alright guys, ayan, napakinggan at napanood po natin dito sa live stream ng House of Representative Resham. Ito sa Prod on Vice President DepEd Budget Utilization. Maraming salamat sa panonood at pakikinig. Ito kay Rob Tripp and siya sa ating reaction video. And peace out.